What's wrong, Godzilla? Stop kissing the building. Stop kissing the building. Ugh. To think you were the king of the monsters, beat by a simple robot. How shameful. And also to think you can't beat the same kaiju twice. What do you mean the same kaiju? Don't you remember me? I am the Golden Doom. I am Death. King Ghidorah, but how? Well, it's really a funny story. Well, for me. One of his heads there, one of his heads hooked up into my head, and I have the powerful intellect and the brain and the killer instincts of one of your greatest enemies. And now, Godzilla, I'm gonna kill you. What was that?
Up here, Tin Can.
What?
You ain't got nothing on this monkey.
But how? Now who's eating a building? Now who's eating a building? No. No! How's it, Godzilla fans, kaiju fans, collectors, and general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla1964 coming at you with another figure review. This time it's going to be a double review of the 2021 aka Godzilla vs. Kong Monsterverse, Mechagodzilla, and King Kong figures. Now, as you guys may already be able to tell, I customized them already, but it's actually very easy to explain how they used to be, because Kong is pretty close to how he used to look. Mechagodzilla, all the red over here, except for maybe his eyes and his spines going all the way down. Those are the only pieces of red. Everything else was silver. So yeah, that's pretty much it for paint. No, I mean, I'll go into paint a little more in depth, but detail. Let's start out here with detail. Detail on both of these figures is, again, like I said last video, Bandai Movie Monster Series has been pushing out some amazingly detailed figures. Now, there might be one gripe I have with Mechagodzilla that a lot of Godzilla figure collectors have with this figure specifically. I mean, it's a small one. I could care less about it, but yeah. And Kong, I also have one with him, with his face in particular. It just doesn't look mean enough. Like the snarl is there, but his eyes look he looks so sad when he's doing this. I know some people said that it looks like he's putting on a face. I'm not gonna say what type of face or what action he's performing while putting on that face, but he's putting on a face. But he just looks so sad with this snarling face, and it just doesn't work. Even though, granted, the detail and the expression that they try to go from, I think, works well. I like it personally. Aside from the face, the whole body is very well detailed, from the pecs, from his pecs over to his monkey nether regions and his legs. All the fur on his body, even his arms and his shoulders, look great. They could have just kept it flat. They didn't. They decided to add all this texturing and this flowing fur in. And then his back. I know the Sakura Kong figure has the similar back, but I think they did this, like the Sakura YMSF Kong figure. I think Bandai did it better. No offense. His monkey butt looks pretty good. I'm fine with him not having this overly out there butt like some figure reviewers said that he should have, but yeah. And even the inside of his mouth, his teeth look pretty good. From the front, his teeth look great. From the side, he looks like it looks like they just stuck a Oreo, the white part of the Oreo inside of his mouth. So if they may have sculpted this part of the teeth a little better, that would have been nice, but that's okay. You can always go in with it with the scalpel, even though I don't recommend it if you're trying to keep these guys in prime condition. But yeah, detail for Mechagodzilla. There's so much detail, I could go on in this review for hours. So for Mechagodzilla, I'm just going to do a 360 view, best I can. You guys can look at the detail and judge for yourselves, because I have one word for the detail on this guy, which was not on the Playmates Mechagodzilla figure. So Bandai, I am hugely grateful that you guys did this figure, because I didn't think you guys were going to do a 2021 Mechagodzilla. But one day I heard from Monstrosities, I believe, or Ultrazilla, that they were gonna release a Bandai Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla, and I was like, finally, yes. But yeah, you guys can be the judge of the amount of detail on Mechagodzilla yourselves. I have one word for it, that's why. The detail on this guy is supreme. Possibly one of the best detailed figures we got this year. Even topping this guy, Godzilla the Ride. I mean, this guy obviously tops Mechagodzilla, but the amount of detail they put in him, I mean, the Mechagodzilla is just wow. There's one, okay, the gripes that I have with these two figures, I already told you. Kong's one is his face. Mechagodzilla, his head seems a little too small. I mean, granted, it's still bigger than Godzilla's head, which it should be. Maybe not. Well, wider at least, but it's a little too small than it might have been in the movie. But that's about it. To me, the head looks perfect, but accuracy-wise for the movie, head might be a bit small. Onto paints. I'll start off with Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla from head to toe was painted in the silver paint. His vinyl is a sort of yellow-white color. And then they went over with the silver spray paint, and they just covered his whole body in silver. And then the only parts of red on the body, which I was totally fine with, but I decided to go customize it, were the eyes and the tips of his dorsal plates, all the way down to his tail, were all colored with red, which, I gotta say this, Bandai finally decided to paint another Godzilla figure from the top of his dorsal plates all the way down to the tip of his tail's dorsal plates. So, good on you, Bandai. Thank you again for that. Now, with the rest of the body, I didn't mind it all being silver. Not at all. I think with the amount of paint that Bandai might have had to put on this guy, I prefer that they left it silver. Yeah. So, paint for this guy, I think, was an A+. And Kong, literally, this is just how Kong came. Only thing I did with this one is I blackwashed him. But aside from the blackwash, I mean, Bandai blackwashed these parts of Kong, his arm fluff over here, and the shoulder parts as well. Everything else was as is. I mean, the paint job for Kong is relatively simple. He's a giant monkey. You got his brown fur, and then you got his skin parts that or uncovered parts that are colored in this nice dark brown, dark purplish brown. His mouth came painted this way. The teeth are all painted nicely, no bleed over from the gums or the inside or the outside of the mouth. The inside of the mouth is painted nicely in this pink color. His eyes are painted beautifully. We're going from white to orange to black, which that looks damn good, Bandai. I mean, damn good. And then his face and his body, I mean, like I said, pretty simplistic guy to paint, but I'm so glad Bandai went ahead and they painted every individual uncovered part of Kong where it didn't have fur. Because if they didn't come painted, then it really would have looked weird on shelves. But yeah, I think Bandai did very good on paint with these guys. Now on articulation. All the articulation we need we got with Kong. His arms move. And his waist moves. Only thing that I thought Bandai could have added would be his elbows, but I don't expect them to add his elbows, so articulation for me works perfectly for Kong. As for Mechagodzilla, got some problems there. Let's go over what he has and what I wish he had. So Mechagodzilla, his arms move, just like any Godzilla, and his legs move. Tail, even though there's two seam lines, nothing moves. And there looked like there's a seam line on the head. I was very sadly mistaken. There is none. But yeah, the parts that I really wish Mechagodzilla could move would be his head, because I know his head could turn in the movie, even though literally no Godzilla figure from the MonsterVerse could move his head. Or figure, yeah. And then I wish his tail could move, because, I mean, this thing was going wild in the movie. Like, I mean, yeah. Trying to stab Kong and Godzilla. So I really wish they could have helped made the tail move, because there's a glue seal on here. And for my Godzilla 2019 figure, which I'm using for Godzilla 2021, I broke the glue seal and his tail can move. But I am afraid to break the glue seal on here because I can't really feel the inside hard part where it connects. So yeah, sadly, but it's okay. Now on the size comparison, if I bring in Godzilla 2019 figure, which is essentially Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla, but I mean, Bandai didn't come out with the Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla figure, so we have him. And he's essentially the same Godzilla. But size-wise, if we have them facing off, it works perfectly because, I mean, Mechagodzilla towers over Godzilla and King Kong in this movie. And Godzilla in this movie should be taller than Kong or around the same height. And I'd say from the promo pics that we got, it works. Like the part where Kong is punching Godzilla in the aircraft carrier. It works for both Godzilla, Kong, and Mechagodzilla. Just for fun with Kong, let's bring in his Raymundo version of him and Mechanicon, which I know the MonsterVerse does not have a Mechanicon, which I do not think we are getting. If we're getting one, yay. If we're not, that's okay. I could do without Mechanicon in the MonsterVerse, but looking at these guys, I mean, we got the whole Kong family where if we bring in the Godzillas and the Kongs and Mechanicon and Mechagodzilla, I mean, it's just a fun little photo opportunity. Not necessarily scaling, but I mean, personally, I think Kong might be able to beat this Godzilla. Definitely not this Godzilla. But boom, I said it, let the fighting and the hurtful comments begin. Time for the question today. Would I recommend that you guys pick these two figures up and add them into your collection? 100% yes, especially if you're a big fan of the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, if you're a Bandai collector in general, or if you're a fan of Godzilla. These guys would be a great addition to your collection. With that being said, this is Chanzilla 1964 signing out. Till next time, guys. Peace. Hello, everybody. Yes, this is Godzilla 1964 back in the flesh. I've been out for the past few videos because I've been healing from my fights with Manda and Anguirus and Jet Jaguar. But I'm back and I'm feeling better, and we have more fun videos planned for you, me and Chanzilla 1964. But can somebody please fill me in as to what happened? Because in the past few days, 2 Ghidorahs took over. Then 1 Mechagodzilla was built and they killed both Ghidorahs. And then they put that Ghidorah's head, or two heads, inside of that Mechagodzilla. I mean, what happened while I was gone? Could somebody tell me what happened? But I'm glad to see everything's okay now. And yo, Godzilla. Hey, Jet. What's up?
Oh, nothing, man.
Did you get an upgrade?
Actually, yeah, I kind of got a big upgrade from my little egg-shaped thing. I'm supposed to be getting a new upgrade. I hope I get a new upgrade from Bandai, but we will see what happens in the future. But I have a special delivery for you.
I wasn't expecting anything, though.
Oh, it's kind of an unexpected gift. And I know how you don't like gifts, but this is kind of a really important one.
Jet, spit it out. What are you getting at?
I brought you your son, Godzilla. Are you my dada? So, this is your kid.
Jet. This isn't my kid. This is 67's kid.
What? Are you sure? I mean...
Yes, I am sure this is 67's kid. I never had a kid. Closest thing I had to a kid was that egg on the beach. Please take care of this. I feel bad. I really, really feel bad that you put me in this situation, Jet.
Sorry, my bad.
What happened? I thought you got an upgrade too.
Okay, that's hurtful. Good luck with dealing with this kid, Godzilla.
I'm out of here. So... oh boy.